Good morning. We are making freezer meals today. I'm going to start with one that's just super simple. I'm hoping to just kind of, get on a good roll for today. So I'm going to do one that doesn't require any cooking. I'm going to make Buffalo Chicken Casserole. And of course, that's what we do pretty much all the time. It's been my new favorite. I just got in some rice that I already had cooked in my freezer. It's still a little frozen, but that's fine because I'm going to put this all back in the freezer anyways. I'm not going to cook this today. It'll be a freezer meal that is just ready to go in the oven. So I'm doing a full bag of cauliflower rice and whatever was left of that rice, I think maybe like a cup or two cooked. So I might not have a big enough casserole dish. The only thing is I won't be able to taste it to see if I have the right quantities of everything, but I'm going to start by getting the chicken in there as well. Do I want to put it in the other? I mean, there's really not going to be much more. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to add the liquid in too, because I feel like that won't hurt anything. So my goal today, I have about 4 or 5 recipes. I'm not sure if I'm going to make all of them. I might just do some of them. But I want to spend an hour or two prepping food because right now we only have one. Oops. We only have one. I should have put this in a bowl and then transferred it. Should I do that? I probably should. Okay, that is going to be much easier. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. So my thought process here is if I start with the easy ones that don't require anything but mixing stuff together, perhaps I'll kind of, get the groove flowing and then I'll have better luck. I'm going to get some chives in here as well. And I just remembered that I want to add some celery. So even though it's October and Stocktober, I'm still working on trying to use things up. So these containers are one of the things that I wanted to use. So we'll get that in there as well. I remember what I was trying to tell you. I won't be able to taste the seasonings to see if I have enough of each thing. So I'm just going to hope that I do the right quantities and then I can always adjust it a little bit later. This ranch is almost out. It is still within date. This is one of the things that I really want to make sure I use. So I don't think I need all of it though. I think if we end up with just a little bit left, that won't be the end of the world. And then I want to use some of this Greek yogurt up as well. So I figure it won't hurt to add that in as well. Okay. Let's see. Let's give this a mix. Oh, I forgot the cheese. Might as well add the cheese. I feel like I'm a little off this morning. I've done a lot already. I reorganized that freezer in the basement because I had the chicken still in the stand-up freezer. So now it's in where it usually goes. And then I also got all of the pears taken care of and those are in the freezer now. So we still have some bugs flying around our house because they have been eating those pears. But that'll hopefully stop shortly. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just add the rest of this because what else am I going to do with it? It's not much. It's maybe 2 tablespoons. And then we officially use something up. Love it. We still have half of this buffalo sauce, but this was the new one. So I'm not really worried about using that up. Wait, let's see if it fits back in here. What's the best way to do this? I'm feeling really cozy today. Oops. I should have a fireplace going and just be resting, just chill. That's kind of the mood. Yesterday was rainy the entire day. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I was going to make. We'll do that in just a second. Uh-oh. I'm trying to use reusable dishes for my freezer meals as much as I can. So we'll see how many we have today. But these ones have 2 different kinds of lids. They have a lid that I can put on it for the freezer and a lid that I can put on for baking. So that's pretty nice. You guys, we did it. Here's one. To the freezer it goes. I'm just gonna stick them on the inside freezer for now. I've got another easy recipe that I want to do, but I figured it's probably a good idea for me to get these recipes going that have meat that need to cook, because that'll take a while. So I'm going to get some oil into each of these, hopefully let them heat up enough. And I'm going to make a like chicken pot pie with biscuits type of thing. Also going to make a kind of like a lasagna, but not lasagna. Oh, I need noodles. I need to cook noodles for that. It's not going to be like lasagna noodles, so it's going to be egg noodles. Basically spaghetti, but with some Greek yogurt to use that up. So let's get the meat in. So here's the chicken. And this one's got the ground beef. And I should probably get some water on to boil as well. While the water is heating up, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to both of these. Oh, that was probably too much. Well, there's going to be a lot more in there. Okay. Garlic powder in each. Probably turn those down a little bit. Onion powder in each. I also figured out what was going on. I kind of felt like I was talking myself in circles, and it's just my allergy. So I took an allergy pill, and hopefully everything's good now. I'm going to get some onions in here to cook while that meat finishes cooking. And I love keeping onions frozen. They're just so convenient. I don't have to chop them every time I want them. Okay, I was looking at this recipe. It's actually called Beef Lombardi. It's not just spaghetti. It calls for diced tomatoes and green chilies, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do diced tomatoes because I have a bunch of those. And I don't think spicy is really what I'm going for. So, I thought that I could get these meats going and I have pulled pork enchiladas that I want to make, but I think we might need to just stick to 2 things at once instead of 3. But this recipe did also call for a few more seasonings, so I am going to get those in. This is Italian seasonings, of course. And then it called for celery salt, which I thought was really weird, but we'll do it. Isn't what I would typically think you'd put celery salt in. What I can do, though, is see how much I can get prepped. I need to open up, oh, I thought I hadn't got it out. Well, okay. We're going to just open up one of these. That's funny. Every time I try to open these little jars, hands, that's what happens. Okay, that one away. Might as well open over here. I've got turkey stock, carrots that need to be drained. We're also going to use up some opened peas and open corn. Did I open that? Yes. Okay, the water back there is boiling. I'm going to get this whole package in there. I wonder if that was enough water. Okay, to this, I'm going to add all of these diced tomatoes that are frozen, so I might need to get a lid on this. And then we're also going to add the entire jar. It called for 4 tablespoons, and this is 6 ounces. 4 tablespoons is 1/4 of a cup. Well, this is a lot more than 4 tablespoons. I guess we'll start with half, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more oil, and then I'm going to cook up the vegetables, starting with the onions because these ones are frozen. And you know what? I also have celery. That'll just have to kind of soak up the liquid. It is smelling so good in here. These onions are still working on it. This is the celery. I just put it in a little bit of water because I wanted it to start hydrating. I'm gonna get that in here too, get all the vegetables in. So we have our corn. That was not corn, that was carrots. This is the corn. Here's the peas. I'm going to also add a little bit of butter. Oh, I only have, that's all that I have, so that's all that's going in. You know, I might need to get more butter out to be able to make a roux. That'll just be the butter for flavor. Okay, it actually calls for 1/2 cup of butter and 1/2 cup of flour, so I can just use the entire stick here. Get that back here for the sauce. And I think I might add our chicken back in here in just a few minutes once that kind of gets all sauteed up. We're going to make a cheese sauce that goes over it, and then that'll be our mixture, and then we top it with biscuits. These are called country chicken and biscuits. I don't know what I called it originally. I think I said, well, I don't even know. But country chicken and biscuits is what we're making. Okay, grab the creams. We are going to use these up. This is heavy cream that is frozen, and then this is table cream. So we're going to use these, and then that's the end of all these types of creams that I needed to use. Let's just get this chicken back in. I probably didn't really need to take it out other than sauteing. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can do this over the back. Okay, still not melted yet. Got all the burners going on the stove, except for that middle one. Add the flour in. I think our noodles are done too. Okay, let's get some, I think this is turkey broth in, just like 1/2 of that. Okay, here goes the heavy cream. Still a little frozen. The rest of the turkey stock. Alright, we're going to add this table cream in. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. I don't think I'm going to buy this table cream again. I've tried it in something sweet and it didn't really work out. Hopefully it works out in something savory. And then the last thing we need to add in here is some cheese. And this is just some mild cheddar. My goodness, that is full. Okay, we'll let that melt, and then we pour it over here, and then we are ready to make the biscuits for the top, and I have to figure out what I'm going to put it in. Okay, I think the noodles are probably done. And I guess I can kind of mix this while we're at it. These are almost melted. I should have thawed these first, but I didn't. Got noodles done. I'm going to turn the heat off for that back one. Take this and drain the noodles, and I'm going to put them right back in there. I can't believe I thought I could do 3 things at once. This is a lot, just doing these 2. That's starting to come up in temperature. That cheese was frozen. I think we're just about at an hour as well. This is looking fantastic, but I'm just gonna add the rest of this because what else am I gonna do with it? It's not gonna hurt anything to have extra tomato paste in there, so that is what I'm going to do. And then we need to get our creams in here. So this calls for some Greek yogurt, which is great. We are using this Greek yogurt up. Actually, it called for sour cream. I'm subbing out Greek yogurt. Ooh. Oops. Okay, that's good. I think it was like a cup. I think that might be over a cup. It also called for half of a brick of cream cheese, and I just so happen to have basically exactly that right here. Okay, let's mix this up. Barely fits. I'm gonna pour it all into that one, I think. I think that'll fit the best to mix it. Looks good. Okay, let's see if I can do this without making a mess. I need this to go in here. Ooh, okay, we did it. Looks really good. Oops, there was a piece of cream cheese that didn't melt. Okay, so that's done other than putting the topping on and packaging it up. So let's turn our attention back over here. This cheese is thickening up beautifully. It's starting to get fully thawed and melted. I worry a little bit because of that cream that I used. Okay, we're just gonna let it cool. Oh yeah, it's fine. I feel like we could probably use a little bit more garlic and onion powder, and that's probably done. I think the onion powder was out, so I'll just do it here. Onion powder, garlic. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Turn that off, take this, do another pour. Oh man. Looks good. It looks very soupy. Okay. You know, I don't think I'm gonna do the pulled pork ones. I think that's a meal that I could just make any day and it's super quick. It was like a pulled pork enchilada with barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna let these cool for a bit and then I will package them up. I'm going to get a little bit of cheese in here and then we'll top it with some mozzarella. I'm going to get this in that dish. I think that's the dish I want to use. Well, no, I think I'm going to use that over here. I did just taste both of these. My camera got overheated, so it wasn't on film, but these are both so good. I feel like they were quite a bit more involved than what I usually make, but their taste really kind of makes that okay, because they are so good. I wish I had slightly bigger containers for this. That was actually perfectly 3 of these. I might just want to take a little bit extra out of that one, make this a bit more even. Same there. Okay, let's get them topped. And this is mozzarella. It called for Monterey Jack in here. I didn't have Monterey Jack, probably because it also called for jalapenos, which I did not add, or chilies. But I figured mozzarella would be the way to go. I forgot I wanted to add a little bit of parsley. Oh my, they are doing something outside. I still need to make the biscuits for this, but let's get it in this other one. Okay, I think, well, I have to put the biscuits on top. Oh, that's probably all I should put there, huh? I'm gonna also do this big one. I think I'm gonna cook this big one for today. Or you know what? I could just cook today's in this. What should I do? Let me think on that. Okay, I thought for about 5 seconds and I realized probably better to use this one because this one already has the edges kind of bad and I don't want it to get like baked on. So, okay, we just need biscuits now. Okay, I'm going to make up this biscuit mix, which was also on our list of things to use up. It says it just needs half of a cup of milk. So I'm going to use milk powder, mix that together, and then add liquid in. Okay, let's dollop this on there. I didn't think we'd have enough, but I think we have plenty. Last step here is a little bit of parsley on top. And then these are done too. Okay, here they all are. This took about an hour and a half, and this is a lot of meals for us. So we've got 5 meals, but the 2 that are big, those will be a lot of food for us. These will be probably 1 serving each plus 1 serving for lunch for 1 person. And then same with that, but like that'll be easily, gosh, probably 4 or 5 servings total. So I feel like that was a success. All right, I'm standing here and these are smelling so delicious. I kind of want to make them all, but the whole point of this was to get things into the freezer, which I'm excited for. I will get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the freezer. 1 I'll cook now. I still need to decide which one. And that's gonna be so great because we were like basically out of freezer meals. So this is just a small drop in the bucket, but it only took like an hour and a half. I didn't want to spend like the entire day making freezer meals like you see a lot of people do with like tons of them, because that's just too exhausting. I like to take it in small chunks. So I'm very happy with what we ended up with. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in other freezer meals, I'll link some more here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.